What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are going to talk about Divinus. Divinus is a legacy game, which means as you play it, the game state will change. You will put maybe some stickers or scribble over stuff, so, things like that. Some of those games, once you played with them, they're done. This one isn't. You have this like eternal gameplay mode, which means you can continue playing it after you are done with the campaign itself. So it's just a normal game that's really like tailored to whatever you made it to be, because your copy of Divinus might end up looking different. This is the second legacy game I ever played. I will try to do it as much spoiler free as possible. Maybe few tiny little spoilers, but nothing like to destroy the feeling of the game for you. If you want to check it out, if you want to play it for yourself, I will just keep it as clean as possible. So yeah. In Divinus, the gods of Greek and Norse mythologies are fighting one against another, and you as a demigods are pushing one or other side, whichever you choose to go for, and you can switch sides throughout the game easily. The game revolves around playing tiles in like a Carcassonne style, where you need to like match up everything, water to water, land to land, sea to sea, pastures to pastures, stuff like that. You have to connect all of those, and you are committed to grid that is 4x4 tiles. And as soon as somebody builds the full grid, the game ends, the first campaign ends. You go to the scoring, and that's that. So you go there, you do that for 12 rounds, 12 games, and you are done. Now it sounds easy, but it's not, because through all of that you are rolling dice. This is the way how you are going to be picking tiles on the board. So this is really a cool thing I haven't seen in any games so far yet, at least yet, is usually you can like combine dice to get some tiles, because some tiles goes from 1 to 12 spaces, and if you want to get it on a 12 space, you need to put dice in amount of 12, and you have a 6-sided dice, which means at least you need 2 6s to pick it up. But you have to have the exact amount to pick that tile that you are interested in. And the thing is, usually you just need to add up dice and pick the tile that you want. But in this game you can also subtract. Usually you just add numbers on your dice, but now you can add some numbers and then use one dice with whatever number it is to like subtract from that number to get the number that you are targeting for. And that's really awesome. I really like that in this game, because it gives you more options. A lot of time it helped me out when I was like, okay, so this plus this minus this gives me this number, and I couldn't get it in any other combination. And in a 4-player game you only get 4 dice. Dice will be changed throughout the game heavily if you want to go for it. I did. Another friend of mine, when he played, he really didn't meddle with his dice that much. I was like full on to customize my dice numbers. So you will customize the numbers on your dice, which is really awesome. And some of those will have like double digits and all kinds of different things. As I said, I will not go too much into spoilers. So yeah, as the game progresses, of course you will learn the new rules. The game will slowly introduce you to new stuff. So first 3 games are like introductories. And I think after the second or the third game, you get a huge dump of rules, like a lot of new rules to go through. And that's something I kind of disliked a little bit. I'm not saying the game is bad. I really enjoyed it. I absolutely love it. I recommend you check it out. But that was something that was kind of like, for me, it's like, this is like how you play the game. It gets like slowly introducing you to the game, and then it's like, bam! And here is 6 new pages of rules, and then in a 4th or 5th or 6th, whatever the gameplay is, it gives like few little different rules. I mean, they could have kind of try and spread it out a little bit, so that's something I kind of disliked. But yeah, as I said, as you are building this grid, as you are progressing to the game, you are pushing for one on the other side. You will have your own unique box that you will end up with the titles on, so you can request other people to call you by the titles. But there's at one point there's so many different titles that you have, and I mean, not all of them. Some of us had like 3, some of us had like 6, 7. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't automatically gives you victory or anything, but please call me the destroyer of and the great swordsman of and the stuff like that. So you can demand people to call you that if you want to be like pain in the ass. But yeah, as I said, the game progresses really nicely, except those dump of rules at the start, somewhere around the start of the game. And after that, it's just smooth sailing. It really nicely introduces new things, new ways to mess with the game board, with the main board itself, how you pick up tiles and everything. Some stuff show up that make you pick some things in a different way, makes your life more difficult. There's also really nice. I think it's in a. I'm not gonna say in which campaign it is because I'm not really sure in which game it is. But somewhere around the middle of the game, I think there's like a little mini game that you are playing while you are playing the main game. While you are putting those tiles, there's a mini game going on around besides your board, and it's really fun. I really enjoy that, and everybody was doing something different for that one, and because you can do different things with that mini game to achieve different things. And yeah, as I said, there's also like a quest that you need to fulfill, and they are like usually for one person or maybe two-person to get some points, and then they are discarded. Sometimes there are like for 3 people, so there's always somebody who's not gonna get it. And the tiles that you are building your land with, you change as the game progresses. Of course, the big thing I forgot to mention, the game uses an app. I know that's like a deal breaker for some of the people, but for me, it's really okay. I like it. I don't have problem with it. So the thing that I would like for the application was if it would read the text for us instead of us reading, because sometimes there's like a lot of text, and when you are bad at English like I am, I mean Slaven was reading most of the time, but it kind of gets a little bit hard, to read all of that. And so yeah, but overall, as I said, there is an app in it, and I kind of liked it. I think it's a great game. The dice manipulation, the way that you can manipulate your dice, the way that there's some extra dice that the game really nicely deals with the runaway leader, or if you are way behind, it will kind of help you out to maybe catch with us if you are way behind. So, but if you are also way in front of everybody, the game will the game will pull you down a little bit, which keeps the balance. I mean, if you were playing that good, that's fine, that's okay. You still don't get the game will just pull you a little bit back. You will still be ahead, you will still be first, but it will just give a fighting chance to everybody else. But if you still continue playing like you played, that gets you to the first place, you will probably keep it. So it's not a bad thing at all. So because when I said it, it sounded like a bad thing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great game. There's an expansion for it. There's also like a recharge box that you can buy, some that you get all the new things in the box, so you can like continue playing the game with maybe new people if you want to do that, like play another game with new people. Yeah, I don't think I will play a new game with another people. I have played it once. There's plenty of others that I want to try it out, but definitely check the Divinus. I think it's a really nice game. Also, there is one little thing that I have to say I kind of didn't like. I forgot to mention it. I really want to talk about it. And I mean, it's not a deal breaker, of course. Do realize that this is not a deal breaker for me. I still enjoyed all 12 games of this. But the thing that when you are faced with some choices that you need to do in a game, when you pick up certain tiles, you will have certain choices and stuff to do. And usually they will give you like a good arc and a bad arc. You can be like a good boy or you can be like a bad guy. And whatever you choose doesn't reflect on you. I mean, you still get reward. It feels like there is no wrong choice, I mean, if you choose to be like a bad guy, be bad guy through entire game and then suffer the consequences maybe, or have difficult choices to make, stuff like that. It just feels here, whatever you choose, you will get some random prize and then you just continue on. And I'm not, as I said, it's not a deal breaker, but I wanted to feel that my choices made more impact on a game and the state it changes. Maybe if you pick the bad stuff, you kind of have to like destroy some tile or something. You have to like remove icons or I don't know, do something, you know, to the game that changes for everything. So if everybody's doing bad, maybe the state of the game changes really, or everybody's doing good, the state of the game changes for better, you know, or for worse. I mean, it sounds like a marriage, in better or worse. So yeah, that's something I kind of a little bit disliked. I wish that they maybe give it a little bit more meaning to it. But overall, I think it's a really nice legacy games. It has dice that end up as custom dice, so that's like an automatic plus in my book. And yeah, that is all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for spending time with me, for supporting me on Patreon, for likes, for shares. Do check out Divinus. It's a really great game. Unfortunately, I don't want to show you anything. I want you to surprise yourself with it. And that is that. Until next time. Pozdrav.